After I did an event where nobody showed up, I sat there with my head in my hands, just devastated, feeling like a failure because I didn't know what I had done wrong and I didn't know where the leak was in my message. I'm Kiwi with Kiwi Coaching. I'm a communications coach that helps people turn their presentations into actual book calls. So today in this video, I want to give you one key thing, and that's diagnose the leak. Know exactly in your process where people are falling off. So if you're a business owner and you run a service-based business where you're doing presentations to bring in new clients, but you're like, I don't know if they're going to sign up. I don't know if they're even going to show up. I'm not sure where the leak is happening. Today's training is going to help you with that. So here's the first thing I want you to do. In the description for this video below, you'll actually find a link that you can go pull down this sheet. But I'm going to walk you through it right here on this call. And so with that in mind, what you can see in front of you is just a Google sheet that you can go download, but it's going to show you how to diagnose the leak. So here's what you do. You put in what you're tracking, whether this is you're running traffic to a landing page or whether this is you're doing presentations, etc. So let's say we're doing in-person workshops, right? So at the in-person workshop, how many people were reached? Like this is how many people I invited. Let's say I invited 200 people. And then how many people engaged? What that means is how many people actually responded. So if I sent out 200 flyers and I had a little RSVP, QR code that people could actually fill out, how many people actually filled it out? In this case, let's say 50 people actually filled it out. Now, of the people that filled it out, how many people actually showed up to the event? Well, if only 15 people showed up to the event itself of all the 200 flyers that I had sent out, then we're going to go with that for the show up rate. Now, once you are in your presentation and you have a call to action, maybe that call to action was book a call with you. This is a call where you help them get clarity and see if they're a good client. So let's say only 5 people actually booked a call with you. So the 5 people said, yes, I'd love to book a call, but only 4 of them actually finished the process of booking a call. So 5 people said they wanted a call, but 4 people are the ones that actually did that. And then only 2 people actually showed up to the call. Now, some calls we have with people where we make an offer and they aren't really a good fit. And so if someone's not a good fit, I don't make the offer. And if they're just not a good fit, I just say that, hey, I don't think this is a good fit. I'm not going to call them out or anything, but I'll just tell them. So let's say of those 2, that one person actually bought and then they actually closed. And so then let's say it's just $1,000 for easy math. Now, it's really cool. Once you fill out this particular chart, we can kind of see where our message is leaking. In the yellow boxes, by the way, those will automatically generate. So if you did make yourself a copy of this sheet, don't touch those. They'll automatically generate. 25% of the people that I reached out to actually said they'd come, but only 30% actually showed up. And of the 30% that showed up, only about 33% actually said yes. And then of the 33% that actually said yes, how many of them actually showed up to their call? And then how many closed? Well, right now I got a great closing pitch. I only had one though to close. So if we throw another in there, so we're just going to throw a whole nother workshop in there just for the sake. I'm just going to duplicate it. Say we invited 300 people. We had 75 people say. We had a show up rate of 10 though. 5 showed, 4 booked. I'm going to say 1 and 1 just kind of for funds, right? Now we can see obviously at this event had a little bit of different status, but the more events that you track, the more data that you'll have. So now I can look here at the bottom. What I want to do is find the one area where my message is really leaking. And this is the engaged and show up rate. This is my lowest rate, which means the people that said yes, not all of them are showing up. In fact, 20% of them are actually showing up. So what I would look at then is in my messaging for my follow-up system to remind people to show up, what's going on there. In my case, when I first did these numbers, I wasn't reminding people to show up. And thus I had like a 2% show up rate, which is really bad. As soon as I started sending reminders and reminders that had value of what they're going to get when they show up, my show up rates went way higher. And so here's the exercise for you to do. Grab this chart from down below, go open it up and put in your data and figure out where your message is exactly leaking. Because when you know where your message is leaking, you know what to fix first. And when you know what to fix first, you won't be all stressed out about trying to fix everything at once. You'll fix the one most important thing that you need to fix right now. Here's the coolest thing. When you fix the things that are the lowest in that sheet and you actually apply it, you can see a total change. And I'll give you an example. I had a guy who watched one of my videos and then went to my website and started working with me in my coaching program. And he was sending out flyers and he had like a 1 to 1.5% opt-in rate. And then the people that actually showed up, only about 20 to 25% actually signed up. We tweaked his messaging just in his call to action and how he started and closed his 90-minute presentation. We only changed 5 minutes on each end. And then we looked at his flyer that he was mailing out and we tweaked a few things. And the very next workshop that he did, his flyers doubled. They got a 3% opt-in rate, which means double the amount of people were actually opting in than before. On top of that, in his room, he closed 87% of the room. They said, I want to work with you. That's the difference in knowing where your message is and working on just those pieces. You don't need to fix everything, just fix the one thing.